Hey, hello, I'm Jay Haley from Palmore Institute. This video is for our senior level writing class, and we'll be covering information from paragraph 1. This is video number 5 in the series. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the basics of a paragraph. We've gotten through the beginning, the topic sentence, where you're going to show your main idea and what you want to write about. You'll have a topic, you'll have a controlling idea. After that, we started talking in the last 2 videos about the supporting sentences and how you can use them to support that main idea. So there's only one thing left that we need to get through, and that is the concluding sentence. So this video will be all about the concluding sentence. Let's see what that's all about. Now first, just a couple quick points about a concluding sentence. There are 3. It is usually the last sentence of the paragraph. Okay? Secondly, it lets the reader know that the paragraph is ended. Instead of just suddenly stopping, you're telling the reader, yeah, I'm done. This is the end. You made it. And then the third thing is that it will bring the paragraph to a logical conclusion. You know, you've been building an argument probably throughout your paragraph or some points. There's probably some major point at the end, and you want to lay that out and express that so your reader will understand. It gives a logical conclusion. All right. Another thing about concluding sentences, often, not always, you're going to start the concluding sentence with a transition. I've listed some transitions up here. Now, I often get this question from students because that first one is the most famous. That's why I listed it first, in conclusion. And students will often ask, like, what are some other ways? I'm tired of in conclusion. I want to try something else, some other things. So here's some other ideas if you are bored of using in conclusion. Okay, they are in conclusion, as a result, because of this, certainly, clearly, for these reasons, for this reason, in the end, overall, and therefore. Okay, so you can use any of these to indicate to the reader that it's your concluding sentence. Although, like I said, you don't always need this transition word. The reader will often be able to see just visually by looking at the page that the paragraph is coming to an end, and they can expect a concluding sentences like that. So I know in my examples today, often I will use these transitions, but not always. Okay. Now that we know a bit about the background on transitions, we really need to know what to do, what techniques we can use to write a concluding sentence. Here are 4. Okay. The first one listed here is to restate the main idea. This is where you're just going to take a look at the topic sentence. That's probably the first sentence. But you find the topic sentence and then you just say that same idea again. But this time you're going to use different words. Change the words a little bit just for variety. That's restating the main idea. Okay. Another technique that is often used is offering a suggestion to the reader. Last sentence, this is number 3 on the list, but making a prediction about the future. And then finally, this book says opinion, or I often just think of this as the big finish. You have some kind of interesting or cool sentence that gives the paragraph a nice, strong ending, big finish. Okay, let's actually take a look at examples of these techniques. So what I did in this one is we went back to a couple weeks ago where we were giving titles. And we had looked at this very short paragraph. And the original one did not have a concluding sentence. It did just stop. But here I've added some concluding sentences and some different techniques. So the first one is going to be restating the main idea. Now, let me read the whole paragraph one time through so you can remember what was said and get the whole picture. But this was titled Workers of the World Go Small. Okay. It is better to work for a smaller company than for a larger one. First, working at a big company can be very stressful. For example, workers are often transferred to other cities. I think most people want to choose where they live. Second, there are fewer career opportunities at large companies. It is much easier to get a promotion in a smaller workplace. Therefore, working in a smaller company is a better option. So what you'll notice about that concluding sentence, that highlighted concluding sentence, is that it really is just basically a restatement of the topic sentence. Taking a look at that topic sentence, it is better to work for a smaller company than for a larger one. Okay? The concluding sentence, therefore, working in a smaller company is a better option. Okay, it is better. It is a better option. Same meaning, just different words, and that's how you restate the main idea. Okay. Let's take a look at another technique. We said one other technique was to offer a suggestion. Okay. Here's the same paragraph, but this time I've used a suggestion as the concluding sentence. And here the concluding sentence is, in conclusion, if you have the choice, you should opt for a smaller company. Okay? Again, this is just giving advice to the reader, repeating the main idea, but in the form of advice. Okay? If you have a choice, choose the smaller company. Okay? The third technique we were looking at was making a prediction. Again, the same paragraph, but I've used a prediction in the concluding sentence this time. So here it is. Overall, if you choose to work at a smaller company, you will more likely have a happier, more successful career. Okay, so again, the key with the prediction is it deals with the future, and you're making some forecast or some prediction about what will happen in the future. If you choose a smaller company, you will be happier, you will be more successful. Okay, that's a prediction. Finally, there was the big finish. Okay? And here I decided on this sentence. In the end, going small can have a big payoff. Okay, it's kind of a big finish because it has that, what we would call a juxtaposition, or a kind of matching two opposites together. Going small, big payoff. Small versus big in a short, simple, impactful sentence. That's what you want to do with the big finish. Okay. Let's just take a look one more time at those 4 sentences. You can see them here on this slide. I'll let you read them again and just have a look at them, decide which one you like best. Actually, my choice here, I like the last one. I like the big finish. I'm going to go with that. Okay. Now that I've shown some examples, let me give you a chance to do it. You might remember this paragraph from last week. It was the one that came out of the book, and it was the one that was about the features of a successful restaurant. You may or may not have noticed that paragraph did not have a concluding sentence. So now we're going to make one. Okay, before we do that, let me read you through the paragraph one more time so you remember everything. And in this case, it's the paragraph that we changed. Remember, we cut out an unnecessary sentence. We just kind of adjusted it to make it better. Okay, so here's how it reads now. Okay. Regardless of the type of food they serve, all successful restaurants have similar characteristics. First, these restaurants provide fast and friendly service, with servers who are polite at all times. They make sure that customers' needs are met throughout the meal. Since customers are choosing to eat out, obviously the quality of the food is also important. A good restaurant always uses the freshest ingredients in its dishes. This involves importing the finest ingredients from around the world. For example, some of the best quality cheeses come from France. Since some of the best quality cheeses come from France, imported French cheeses are often found in the kitchens of successful restaurants. Finally, good restaurants also have a pleasant atmosphere. They are clean and well maintained, and they also pay attention to details such as decor and lighting. Okay. Again, there is no concluding sentence yet. Let's change that. So first, think about those 4 types. Restate the main idea, make a suggestion, make a prediction, offer your opinion, or the big finish. Okay, those are the 4. Think through some ideas, pause the video. When you're ready, come back and we'll talk about a few things with this particular paragraph. Okay, I'm going to assume that you've had a chance to pause the video and you've written at least 1 sentence. So the question I would like you to look at first is just which type did you use? Okay, did you restate the main idea, make a suggestion, make a prediction, or finish with a big finish? Once you decide what type you've used already, I'd like you to write 3 more concluding sentences for the same paragraph. This time, use the other techniques. Okay, so in the end, you will have 4 concluding sentences. One more time, I'll show you the paragraph in this slide so that you can pause the video, read through, and consider what you want to use for your concluding sentences. Okay, pause the video, take your time, write your ideas. Then when you come back, I'll show you my ideas. Okay, welcome back. I've listed my ideas up here. You'll notice actually I have 3, and I'll talk about why it's 3, not 4. But the first one, just to restate the main idea, I went with this. In conclusion, running a restaurant is a tough business, but the successful ones share these similarities. Okay? It's that last half of the sentence. The successful restaurants share these similarities. That's the same point as was being made in the topic sentence. Okay? You'll see below, suggestion and prediction are put together. I just did a hybrid here. So let me tell you what this one is. Next time you are in a crowded restaurant that's doing good business, stop and take a look around. You'll probably recognize these 3 characteristics. So I put together both the suggestion and the prediction in 1 sentence. The suggestion is the part about stop and take a look around. Okay. However, I also did finish with the prediction where I said you will probably recognize, you're probably going to see these 3 things. So kind of a hybrid here. You definitely can do this. It's a pretty good technique for good concluding sentences. Okay. Finally, this is the 3rd on this list, the opinion, the big finish one. When I'm in a restaurant and I see good service, fine ingredients, and nice decor, I know I'm in a successful restaurant. Okay. No, I'm not in love with this one, but it offers an opinion. It's a big-ish finish, but I don't know. I'm not in love with that one. If I had my choice, honestly, I would probably choose the second option, that suggestion and prediction. I like that one best. Which one do you like best? Well, let me know. And don't forget, take a look at your 4 ideas. Decide which one you like best. Okay, that's it for concluding sentences. We'll be revisiting this idea of restating the main idea, making a suggestion, making a prediction, offering your opinion again and again. You'll see it many, many times. So don't worry too much. If it's not 100% clear now, you'll be hearing it time and time again, especially once classes start again. So it's time for a little bit of homework. I'm going to ask you to write a paragraph. This comes from page 29 of your book. They list up 4 topics: smartphones, friendships, job interviews, a good meal. I like this because it gives you the idea, the opportunity, the chance to brainstorm, make your own paragraphs about these topics. So for today, I'll tell you this: choose one of these and write a paragraph. Okay. Be careful especially about the concluding sentence this week. Okay? Try one of those techniques that works best. That'll be all for this video. Thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye now.